You know, if I get these shadows in the room just right, I probably could look like a nerdy Colonel Kurtz, like from Apocalypse Now. Because yeah, I'm kind of bald like he is, except I'm not as crazy, and Martin Sheen's not coming to kill me. Anyway, so hello, my name is John. Welcome to Books of Blood. And so today, it is that time of the month, all right, where I do my monthly movie collection video, which kind of goes both ways. Some of you are like, yay, movie collection video. And then other ones are like, I didn't sign up for this shit. I'm gonna unsubscribe from him. All right. Yep. And so that's okay. You know what? That's fine. Anyway, this is my channel. I'm going to do what I want. All right, so here you go. All right, so today I got 10 movies. All of them are on DVD except for one, and it is on Blu-ray, of course. And I'm gonna say that this is part 34, or the Pirates collection, because all of them start with R. Okay, anyway, so first up, we got two here. Actually, one of them, and then there's a collection, really strange. And the thing is, I don't remember the first thing about either one of these movies. The first one is Rest Stop, Dead Ahead. And the way she's walking down the highway with the blood running down her leg gives you a good example that she's pretty much in some trouble. So I have no idea about what these movies are about. I don't even remember them. Jess is at the wheel. Nicole rides shotgun, and at the end of the road, stretching before them, is glittering, glamorous Hollywood. They're on a road trip, all right, straight to hell. When the runaway lovers pause at an abandoned rest stop, Jess disappears, and someone else appears. Someone with his own demented sense of fun, with drills, staple guns, box cutters, all the tearing, grinding, ripping tools you need to hear. You need to hew wood. Hew wood. Okay. Or metal, hew wood. Sounds like a... Never mind. Or metal, or people, especially young, pretty people just like Nicole. And yeah, that's Rest Stop. I saw this movie. I don't remember the first thing about it. Should I rewatch it? I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm not sure if I liked it the first time. Okay, then coming up, I've got The Collection. And this is Rest Stop, Dead Ahead, unrated. I don't know if this was unrated or not. Yes, it was unrated too. And then Rest Stop, Don't Look Back, uncut. So unrated, uncut. That's kind of weird. Okay, so I guess unrated means that they did not present it to the Motion Picture Association of America for a rating, and then uncut means that they filmed it, didn't edit it, or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember anything about either one of these two movies. So that's, yeah, weird. All right. So next up, I have got Zombie Classic. It's a zombie horror comedy, not a rom-com, it's a zom-com. And of course, I'm talking about The Return of the Living Dead. And yeah, this is a wild one. All right, if you've never seen Return of the Living Dead, let me go ahead and just read the synopsis for you. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the cemetery, those brain-eating zombies are back and hungry for more tasty mortals. A fiendish mix of outrageous horror and heart-stopping terror, The Return of the Living Dead is a veritable smorgasbord of fun, filled with skin-crawling jolts, eye-popping visuals, and relentless surprise. On his first day on the job at an army surplus store, poor Freddy unwittingly releases nerve gas from a secret U.S. military canister, unleashing an unbelievable terror. The gas reanimates an army of corpses who arise from their graves with a ravenous hunger for human brains. And luckily for those carnivorous cadavers, there's a group of partying teens nearby just waiting to be eaten. A lot of people are going to remember this movie for the naked dance scene that Linnea Quigley does in the cemetery. The one thing I'm going to remember it for the most, and yes, that was a great scene, don't get me wrong, I'm a dude, so seeing Linnea Quigley dancing butt naked, okay. Anyway, the scene I remember the best is the Send More Paramedics scene. And if you've never seen Return of the Living Dead and you don't know what I'm talking about, you could probably YouTube it but it's a hilarious scene. It's almost a running joke throughout a good portion of this movie. It's fantastic. I've actually got a stocking cap somewhere with the term "send more paramedics" on it. Awesome. Love it. All right, moving on. This is the second sequel to Return of the Living Dead, and this one takes a more serious bent to the whole zombie thing, but it's really awesome, and this is Return of the Living Dead 3. So it's about these two lovers, these two teenage lovers, and they kind of go on the run from their parents or from one of them's parents or whatever. I'm not telling you exactly the whole synopsis. Anyway, they get into a big accident, and she gets her neck broken. She is dead, all right? And, of course, through the same kind of gas from Return of the Living Dead, the original, she is reanimated. And she finds that the way she can curb her taste for human brains is to put all kinds of piercings and stuff into her body. Okay? And this stars, what is her name? I never can remember her name. It says Mindy Clark. Yeah, Mindy Clark. She actually also played a prostitute that Gil Grissom on CSI would visit when he needed to vent and let off steam or whatever. She had a few recurring roles in that. But there's something just really oddly sexy about her. I know this is I shouldn't say that. It's a misogynist sounding word. I shouldn't say it like that. Very appealing. Let me say alluring about her. Even though she's got all this stuff in her nose and hanging off of everywhere. I'm serious. It is just a freaky deek of a movie. Yeah, if you haven't seen Return of the Living Dead, it's good. I loved it. All right. Nice and gory. Really gory. Okay. Next up, to me, this one is one of the absolute best remakes of a Japanese horror film. And of course, I'm talking about The Ring. And of course, the original film was Ringu. I cannot remember who the Japanese director was. This one was directed by Gore Verbinski, who of course went on to direct some of the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I don't think he directed all of them. Pretty sure he didn't. This stars Naomi Watts, who I absolutely loved in this movie. And the whole thing revolves around a videotape that if you watch it, you get a phone call, and then it tells you have 7 days to, before you're going to die. Now, I always wondered about that. Is if you don't answer the phone the first day and you keep on waiting, does it just count time off? So when you got an hour to go and you decide to pick the phone up, does it go 1 hour? Anyway, that's the premise of the movie. And there's, of course, Sadako, I believe her name was, or Samara. I believe it's Samara. And her crawling out of the well and then through the TV and stuff. Really creepy, pretty terrifying stuff. Trigger warning, if you are or if you're not into, and I hope you're not, animal cruelty, if that bothers you. It's not so much cruelty, but there is a scene with involving a horse and a boat, a ship, all right, that is pretty horrific. All right, so if that bothers you, then you might want to fast forward through it or just skip this movie altogether, all right? All right, next up, and this is one of those, it seems like every time I do a video, I've got something from the After Dark Horror Fest, and this is no exception. For this one, I've got a dusty video case, or DVD case, excuse me, and this is one of the first After Dark films, one of the 8 films to die for, and this is Reincarnation. And this is looks like it might be a Asian cinema or whatever. Let me see who the director. This thing is so. Why do you put red lettering on a red background? I mean, how are you supposed to read this? I don't know. From the director of The Grudge and The Grudge 2 comes an eerie tale of a hotel with a terrifying history. 35 years after the slaughter, a film director returns to the scene of a mass murder to recreate the gruesome killings on film. As he and his crew step into the now abandoned hotel, the cast members begin to see creepy visions and nightmares. When shooting commences, the cast members begin to suffer very familiar fates. The exact fate they are to act out in the film So when they said the director of The Grudge or The Grudge 2, do they mean the original Grudge or the remakes, the American remakes? But from what I can tell, they mean the original. So I don't even remember if I've actually watched this movie. I don't. It's funny because I have so many movies I go, have I watched this yet? I don't remember. Anyway, that is Reincarnation. All right, next up, and this is this is from the director of Wolf Creek and Wolf Creek 2, Greg McLean. If you love creature feature horror or animals gone amok horror or whatever you want to call it, then Rogue might just be the one for you. And it's about this tour boat going through the river. I'm not sure what river it is. Let me see. It just says Australian River Territory, remote Australian River Territory. And all of a sudden the boat is, from underneath, something just hits the boat and they have to go ashore. The boat is damaged and everybody goes ashore, and anybody that steps into the water, they are terrorized. The entire group is terrorized by this huge freaking crocodile. I mean, this thing is big, all right? And there's some really awesome death scenes with this thing. And what's really good is some of the scenes are off camera, so you're just like, right, Freddy? Freddy? Wonder where he went. Anyway, but yeah. If you like alligator horror movies, like Alligator from the 80s, I believe it was, then I think you're gonna love this one. Or Lake Placid. You know, Lake Placid is another one. Yeah, you're gonna love Rogue. So yeah, check it out. All right, only DVD or Blu-ray I've got on here, and is one of the Criterion Collection. All right, and this is Rosemary's Baby. I mean, do I need to explain this movie? Do I need to tell you the synopsis of this movie? If you have not watched Rosemary's Baby, then by all means, what are you waiting for? And don't watch the remake. All right, watch the original movie, the best, okay? I mean, Mia Farrow, John Cassavetes, directed by Roman Polanski. Say what you will about Roman Polanski. He's kind of a creep, but the man directed a absolutely fantastic horror movie. This one, of course, is before The Exorcist, and before The Exorcist, this was the one that you wanted to watch as far as, you know, demonic possession or, you know, help, my baby is the devil or stuff like that kind of thing. It is just brilliant. All right. So there you go. Rosemary's Baby. And another thing is that poster. That's just, I don't know, there's something about that poster or that cover. Anyway. All right. Moving on. I watched this a long time ago. It was actually, I think, a TV movie, like a mini series or something. I don't remember very much about it, but this is the screenplay. It's not based on a story by Stephen King, but it's based on his screenplay. He wrote the screenplay for it, and I'm talking about Rose Red. And I don't remember much about it. Let me see what it says here about it. The chilling tale of Dr. Joyce Reardon, played by Nancy Travis, an obsessed psychology professor who commissions a team of psychics and a gifted 15-year-old autistic girl, Annie Wheaton, to literally wake up a supposedly dormant haunted mansion, Rose Red. Their efforts unleash myriad spirits and uncover horrifying secrets of the generations who have lived and died there. Like I said, I watched this a long time ago. I don't remember anything about it. I may need to go back and rewatch it. So there you go, Rose Red. Excuse me. Itchy nose there. Sorry about that. Last but not least, I'm going to go on record as saying that I think that the movie adaptation of The Ruins is highly underrated. And oh my gosh, my nose is itching like crazy. Excuse me. That is embarrassing. Sorry about that. All right. I think it's so underrated. You know, I read the book. You know, I watched the movie before I read the book. I enjoyed the movie. And yes, I'm pretty sure there are some liberties taken with the screenplay for the movie as opposed to the book itself. But I really enjoyed this one. I mean, I got a big kick out of this. And the same thing goes with the movie as goes with the book. 90% of the characters in this thing I couldn't stand. They were self-serving, entitled. I don't know what you want to call them. I was rooting, pun intended. I was rooting, yeah, for the plants, okay? I mean, just please kill these people. They're annoying. You know, the only one I thought that wasn't annoying was the one that I think he had to have, was Matthias. I think he was the one that had to have his leg amputated in a very grotesque fashion. But yes, throughout this entire movie, I was like, oh, please, plants, kill these people. They're annoying, you know? So yeah, I think this is just so underrated. And if you don't know what it's about this group of like 20-somethings, and they're like, they're visiting like these Mayan ruins. And it just so happens that these ruins are kind of the nest, or I won't say breeding ground, but kind of the nest of this sentient, aware bunch of plant life. And these plants, man, they just wreak havoc on these 20-somethings. You know, so yeah, that's basically what it's about. It gets pretty gory, it gets pretty bloody. The plants themselves are pretty wild. So yeah, that is it. That is the ruins, okay? Anyway, that is going to do it. That is part 34 of my horror movie collection. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to put this one out on Friday afternoon. And it is, Wednesday right now? But anyway, I'm going to put this one out on Friday afternoon. So until then, you guys, thank you for watching, and be safe out there, okay? Thank you. Bye.